Okay, so several of you, why are we suddenly seeing a Republican having so much momentum? What do you all think?
We were already conservatives. We were already with conservative values. It's just nobody noticed.
I called this out. I predicted this.
Listen, all right, listen,
You know, you just can't not dance to that music, especially if you're Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez dancing off her own constituents at a town hall this week as they voice their concerns about her far-left agenda.
This comes as a new poll shows Republican Congresswoman Mayra Flores has higher net favorability than AOC among Hispanics who know them.
Texas Congresswoman Mayra Flores joins us now. Congresswoman, great to have you with us. So I just want to put this to you openly. You can see what her reaction is, her dancing, her mocking of the protesters, but also the existence of the protesters themselves who are displeased with AOC. What stands out to you?
Well, honestly, I find it very disrespectful that she doesn't take the time to hear their concerns. At the end of the day, they are her constituents. They voted for her, and she wouldn't be in that position if it wasn't because of the people. So it's heartbreaking to see how she puts her political party first versus the American people. But it doesn't surprise me, and that is why she has no favorability also among Hispanics, because she doesn't represent us, our conservative values of God, family, and country, and also all about hard work. That is who we are in the Hispanic community, and she doesn't stand for none of that.
AOC, what about the migrants? What about the migrants, AOC? What about the little kids being at the southern border? What about the migrants? What about the migrants, AOC? What about the migrants at the border? What about the little girls getting Latinos? AOC, talk about the little girls. Talk about the immigrants. AOC, what about the open border? Denounce Joe Biden. Denounce Joe Biden. Denounce the human smuggler in chief. Where's your photo op now? Where are the tears? Fake tears, fake tears, fake tears, fake tears, fake tears. AOC's a liar. AOC's a liar. AOC's a liar. AOC's a liar. Denounce Joe Biden. Denounce Joe Biden. Denounce Joe Biden.
Listen, all right, listen, okay?
Now, the weird thing about this whole situation, you're gonna be like, how did you even predict this? Well, think about it. The people that are coming over legally from their own country, usually they have a very good teamwork. They saved enough money, somebody worked hard, they came over here first, prepared the situation, and more came after them. If it was done illegally or not. Because you can come illegally, what people keep forgetting, these people in a conservative value as a family, how they try to survive, poor people also usually have a God. So, hey man, they don't have anything else to entertain them. So you are pushing a bunch of people that believe in God in a country that doesn't believe in God. They're not going to tell you they believe in God. They're going to be like, you know what, I just want to work hard. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to myself, but I'll still preach to God in my private. Well, privately, that's just the wrong way. They see like, oh, I got a good opportunity in this land. I better be respectful. Nice, Gucci and everything. But then this happened.
Families are greeted with girls stopping traffic and soliciting commerce. Stephanie Zarate pushes her stroller past the sex workers on a daily basis. Some girls in bikinis, others in see-through tops.
Earlier this year, Governor Newsom signed a bill to stop police from arresting people for loitering for the purpose of prostitution. That bill was authored by San Francisco Senator Scott Wiener, who said it was part of an effort to end discrimination against sex workers.
Families say they're also fed up with homeless encampments and the gun violence. As the candidates were trying to win votes, the sex workers stood a block away. Sex workers are so comfortable in the San Antonio neighborhood, they have no problem standing behind our interview. She says this type of behavior has become normal on East 15th. She worries for her two young kids.
I'm scared for them to see them in that appropriate clothes asking me questions and not having an answer to them.
The Johns, they're taking advantage of it from 10 in the morning till the lunchtime hour to right when work gets out. Driving home myself, when I see, a scantily clad, literally pasties in a thong.
The biggest problem that I see is tying the police officers' hands of what they can do. It's not prostitution, it's drugs, it's everything else that goes with it. So I'm sick of seeing it.
Peter says this could really disrupt the economic growth that National City is finally seeing.
I moved out because I didn't want to raise a family in this environment. But a lot of neighbors tell me they can't afford to move, so their only hope is that city leaders will stop this problem.
Mayor Sotelo Solis says that she has sent a letter to Governor Newsom asking him to either repeal or amend AB 357.
It shouldn't be introduced at the age of 4 years old, that you're going down the street and you're seeing women dressed like this, you're hearing gunshots, you need to learn, if you hear a gunshot, duck down.
That is the third saddest thing I've heard today.
You're surprised? You're surprised. And you have a bunch of these people, I'm sorry, usually on the left-leaning side, they say, yeah, it's their right, they have to be comfortable and everything. I'm like, you want to be comfortable that people see that as a positive things, drugs and all these things, and these are usually the things that destroys a family? Do you even understand that there's two types of living that don't coexist? And there comes a point that certain people are like, yo, are you surprised we are voting different?
Paula, I'm going to start with you. When you looked at these numbers, what jumped out to you?
How after 4 years of Donald Trump, right, after hearing about the wall, after seeing family separation, after seeing hate crimes rise, after hearing the words, go back to your country, how is it possible that Donald Trump did 10 points better with Latinos in 2020 than he did in 2016? Change the way that I'm thinking about Latinos. It's not how I am looking at Latinos. It's how Latinos see themselves in this country. And those are two very different questions.
Paula, I want to stick with you there because you have done both parts of that work. You have done the political, but I feel that 2020, there was no denying what was going on. And for me, it hit most with the children.
What are they learning here that they're not learning in school?
For me, it's safety. So I know that they are not going to learn certain positions.
Like what?
For example, I don't have anything against the LGBTQ community at all. I don't think the kids should have it pushed on them.
It's a very simple analogy. They want the wall. They don't want people in the same country where they were, which they escaped, for you to bring them over. And then they have a unique, luxurious life right in front of them, and there's nothing they can say about it. Because you made it quite clearly aware that if they call that out, they are the enemy. Come on. How do you think I would look at somebody when I escaped my enemy, then you help my enemy, and we come over and they're right in front of me? And you're like, you're not supposed to see them as an enemy. I have family values that I respect. If I don't want to see a naked person as something normal for my kids, why do you see me as an enemy, like you're protecting them more than me? As if you just wanted my vote with Cortez, with the woman special dancing, ding, 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 and all the things that she did in the beginning that I was like, huh? I would never say that. That is so freaking condescending, but like one that says, my people. You're not my people anymore.
Listen, okay?
But in 2020, that number went up to 32%. It is a trend that has delighted Republicans and left Democrats very worried. Journalist Paula Ramos went down to the 34th district in South Texas and spoke to former Democratic voters to understand why they were now voting for the GOP.
Is anyone in this room, had anyone been a former Democrat at some point? Had anyone ever voted for a Democrat? Raise your hand. Okay, so several of you. Why are we suddenly seeing a Republican having so much momentum? What do you all think?
We were already conservatives. We were already with conservative values. It's just nobody noticed. They took us for granted. The party, the Democratic Party, left me. I didn't leave the party.
We are not to be taken advantage of. We are not to be assumed that because we're Hispanic, we're naturally going to vote Democratic.
What does the Congresswoman represent for you all?
She is that Latina or Hispanic woman that is saying enough is enough, that our values matter.
Here in the Valley, we are for God, for family, for hard work. She does not only verbalize those things, but she actually lives those things and let the chips fall where they may.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And that hits hard. Let the chips fall where they may. let the thing go in a natural way. It's not they don't accept bad people don't exist, but they also accept they can't control everything. But we need to adapt to try to survive. But we have a government that says, you know what, I care about you. But first, now that you voted for me, let's care about the other people that seems to be voting for me. And they're like, wait a second. You already got us here. Make us happy and we will keep voting for you. No, you don't care about it. You care about the other people. Any person with family value is going to be looked as a racist these days. And I can understand their concerns. It's not that I don't want to help a poor person. Life is hard, but create things that can help these people. Give me a way that I can help these people. But if they have an addictive nature that is not conducive, helping, promote family values, and I need to understand them when they are bringing drugs, crime, and all these things in my neighborhood with kids, I'm not going to advocate for that, especially when I try to escape that. So if I vote you to understand me, and now you're doing everything on the opposite side, it doesn't surprise me. And the fact that certain people that are voted for this feel educated and they don't see this coming, it proves to certain people you don't even understand the culture. You've been Americanized in such a way that you consider yourself good for the people. But the people are like, no, you don't represent us.
So say it with me. Sí se puede.
You don't say it like that. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Puedes hablar un poquito español. Pon tu acento correcto. You can do something. Do something. But the fact that you speak it in such a bad way, it's not that I'm going to laugh at you, but it's clear like you don't even know what you're saying. Why do you care about these people? You don't know. Say something about the Latin people. And the Latinx, tortilla, you don't know. They can't say anything. Anyway, I think we've come at the end. I think I spoke my truth. Mi verdad. I know, in Spain, they kind of mess my language a little up. But the point is that if I'm working to leave a bad situation where I'm living at, I don't want to come in a situation that's even worse. But you try to educate me that I need to understand my own people, that they don't have much choice to make money. And I'm like, or we are like, or they are like, I try to escape that. And as a person that I don't consider myself conservative or Democrat, I didn't even know what those words mean. It's only when I try to advocate for certain stuff, people keep telling me, you're conservative. I'm like, you're saying like it's a bad thing if I care about my family and I don't want to have people use drugs in front of my house. Yeah, but they're used to it. You need to understand it. I'm like, I didn't have anyone. Yeah, but you're special. We need to help them. I'm like, oh, so I need to work hard to help people that are not accountable for their decision? And I don't mind being that, but there is no solution. It's consistent. And at certain point, you start realizing you're just a machine to help them stay in power, because if I educate myself and if I work for myself and make money for myself, you're not helping me anymore because I'm already helping myself. You need them. You need them poor. And that's once you realize that, you wake up. Did you expect that the Mexican or whatever is going to change their mind? Let's just say Latino, all the Latinos, because all the people from the South is Latino. I don't see people like that. They're just persons and they like a specific music. I don't know. Different. I like to be in the individual. And I think most Latin people would appreciate that too. And any other person from any country that comes through with the same circumstances. But anyway, life is good. Peace, like, share, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any interesting content from a black one-eyed person from the Caribbean island Curaçao that speaks 4 languages, and life is good. Adios, bye bye, dag, ayo.